Well, good morning. It's about 7:45, and I'm getting ready to leave Winter Haven. And today I've got a long one. It's gonna be about 100 miles, I think, just under or just over 100, going down to Punta Gorda. Haven't traveled this way before, so it'll be interesting to see what type of areas I go through and what type of routes I get. But should be in for a long day. Hopefully it'll be a good one. I'm gonna cross over 17 and then end up taking some side roads to initially get started. Okay, well, I'll film a little bit more later on. Riding down Rifle Range Road for about the last 6 miles. Some of it had a shoulder, some of it had sidewalks, so I was ping-ponging back and forth between the sidewalks and the shoulders for about the first 4 miles. Then probably the last mile and a half or 2 miles, it was solid shoulder. Now I'm going to turn on SR60, and hopefully SR60 has a bike lane like SR50 does. Yeah, I'm only 8 miles into the ride so far. So far so good. I'll film some more later. Okay, it only had me go on SR60 for a half a mile. Then it had me turn off on this country road. So I'm out on an old country road. Not much traffic on this road, which is good because this road doesn't have a shoulder. I'm on this road for just another 2 miles. Been on it for a little over a mile now, I think. I can already tell it's gonna be a hot one today. That sun's already beaten down. I think it's supposed to get mid-80s, which wouldn't be really hot if it was July or August here in Florida, but after having a few weeks of real cold weather here in Florida, this week it decided to really warm up, and it's now almost the middle of February, and all week it's supposed to be, I think about the mid-80s during the day. So once again, I've got my Camelback I filled up, and I got 2 water bottles. That usually will make it about close to 70 miles. So somewhere when I get around the 45-50 mile mark, if I see anything, Dollar General, convenience store, gas station, I'll stop and refill then, rather than wait till I get real low. Okay, well, I'll film again later on. Passing by another orange grove on this country road. bit of thin cloud cover, so it's blocking the sun from beating down on you. So that's nice. Well, I'll record some more later on. Okay, just past 25 miles into my ride today, passing by another orange grove. As you can see, I'm way out in the middle of nowhere in the country. And this is pretty much what my route's been like after I got away from Winter Haven. So far, most of these roads that Google Maps has been taking me on this route, I've had little to no traffic on. And when it did put me on like SR60 and another busier road just a little while back, I was only on those roads for maybe half a mile, then it routed me back onto these country roads that don't have really any traffic on them. So right around the 24-mile mark, I got to an intersection that had an old school mom and pop corner store gas station. And since I have no idea when I'll hit the next one, even though I was only at 24 miles, I pulled in, I drank, my Camelback was probably still about half full. I drank the rest of my Camelback and then went inside, grabbed a big cup of ice, another big bottle of Gatorade, a Hershey's chocolate bar, and a Celsius energy drink. I poured the ice and the Gatorade in my Camelback and filled that back up, ate the candy bar, drank not quite half of the Celsius drink. I won't drink a whole one of those things because put your heart rate through the rev limiter. So I drank about half of it and then left there knowing I got a full Camelback and 2 full water bottles. So if I don't see another single gas station or convenience store along this country route, I've got enough to make it to the end. So that's one thing I don't have to worry about. But man, it's nice riding out here. There is nothing around. So sometimes you get a route from Google Maps that just pleasantly surprises you. Other times you get a different type of surprise. Well, I'm gonna keep pedaling and I'll record some more later on. So I'm at just past 27 miles and I was making those earlier statements about what kind of surprise you're gonna get with Google Maps. Well, I just got one. It's going down the road. The road turned from pavement to dirt, but it had a gate closed where it turned to dirt and it was locked. So basically you hit a road, but then it becomes private property and it's fenced off. So I just stayed on the paved road and it looks like Google Maps has already recalculated a different route for me to take. It'd be nice if it knew what roads were public and private and then didn't try and route you on a private road, but oh well, I'll get to where I'm going. More orange fields. I'm hoping that by mounting my GoPro on my helmet that it's gonna show a better view of the surroundings as I turn my head around versus to where I normally wear the GoPro mounted on the front stem of my handlebars. Nice paved road here. Once again, no traffic. I'm coming up on 28 miles, so I'll record some more later on. Well, I'm at 33 miles, so I'm halfway, a third of the way there, and Let's see, bridge out, half-mile ahead, local traffic only. That's where I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna take my chances, and if I get there and can't get through, then I'll turn around and go back and let Google Maps reroute me somehow. The wind has been coming out of the south. It wasn't very strong when I first left the hotel this morning, but it's been picking up and it keeps getting stronger. So I've been fighting either a headwind or a crosshead-wind, and I'll continue to fight it all the way to Punta Gorda because I'm heading south. So yeah, it's gonna, I'll be tired by the time I get done today. So we'll see what happens up here, if I can get through or if I have to reroute and add a little extra mileage. I really don't want to add any extra mileage because I know I'm already gonna get a century in today. Okay, well, I'll record some more later on. Got up there and that bridge is completely out. It's being rebuilt. So wasn't that far from where I turned. I think maybe less than a half mile. So I'll have to backtrack and then follow their detour signs and let Google Maps reroute me. Hopefully it doesn't add a whole lot extra mileage to the trip. It's one of the things when you go on these rides is they're always an adventure. You never know what you're going to run into. It's not like just riding in your local area, riding the same roads over and over where you know all the detours and shortcuts and where everything's at. When you're just traveling and going in places you haven't been before, you need to find different ways sometimes. Well, I'll go ahead and record some more later on. Okay, so I'm 42 miles into the ride. I just turned off the country road I was on onto this road, and look, I got a little neighborhood Walmart. It's a little strip mall with a Sam's Club. I see a Taco Bell up ahead. A Pizza Hut. It wants me to go straight across this road. I might have stopped, take a break at that Taco Bell, because I don't know if I'm going to see anything again for a while. So I'm right on US 17 and Rio Road. Okay, well, I'll record some more later on. Yeah, this wind is howling. Seems like it keeps picking up speed. I'm either hitting a headwind or a crosshead wind, depending what route I'm on of this route. Got coming up on 50 miles. So I got an intersection up here we're gonna turn at in less than a mile. I think when I hit that intersection, I'm gonna stop, take a short break. Well, I'll record some more later on. Okay, well, I'm 54 miles into the ride. Had a stop to change another rear flat. So it only took me about 10 minutes to get the wheel off and swap out the tubes and get back up and running. But I'm really starting to believe that, I think they're called Giorano RSL tires that came on this bike. I think they're crap, because I've never had a bike where I've gotten so many flats in such a short period of time. I've set these up both tubeless and with tubes, and it doesn't matter. They just keep getting flats. My first tire had problems only about 700 miles on that one. Ended up going to the Trek dealer, buying the exact same replacement tire, cleaned the rear wheel, put the new rear tire on with a different type of tire sealant, ran it tubeless, got a flat, wouldn't seal, put a tube in. When I got home, tore it apart, cleaned everything, and just started running it with tubes. Got a flat yesterday after about 50 some miles, and today after 54 miles got another flat. So I think what I'm gonna do is, when I get back from this trip, I'm gonna go researching what type of tires I should get to replace these, because I'm not gonna keep going out and buying new tires from Trek every 300 to 700 miles, because these things just are prone to getting flats. And I'll find something else that works and switch to them. I don't know, I run on my road bike, I run Continental GP 5000s, and I rarely, if ever, get flats with those. Usually the only time I ever get a flat with those is near the end of the tire's life cycle, when it's getting close to me needing to change them because I put so many miles on them. You know, then I'll start getting flats, but not when they're brand new, only have a few hundred miles on them. These things, I don't know, on the box and on the website it says they're puncture resistant, but I'm thinking maybe they put just enough puncture resistance in these tires to get the lawyers to sign off to say legally you can say they have puncture resistance, when the puncture resistance on these tires is bullshit. So yeah, I like the way these tires roll. I like the way they work on, as far as the way they roll and the comfort they feel on pavement and bike trails and gravel and hard packed dirt. But damn, they're not reliable. I don't want to be going out and having to fix a flat every single time I go out and ride the bike. And it's not like I pull the tube out and just throw another tube in and it immediately goes flat because I didn't check the tire to see if there's any debris stuck in the tire to puncture the next tube. I mean, I inspect the tube, make sure everything's good, put the new tube in. And I've also played with different tire pressures, both tubeless and with tubes. Didn't matter. So yeah, while I love this bike, I am really not impressed at all with the tires that came on it. They just turning out to be crap. So guess when I get back from this trip, my research project is find some tires for the type of riding I do, where I'm mostly on pavement but also hit dirt and gravel, and I want tires with puncture protection. And I really have no interest in going tubeless, so clincher's fine. Just need to find a tire that meets that criteria, get a set, and throw them on this bike. Okay, rant over. I'm gonna get back to riding my bicycle. Okay, I'm at almost 91 miles. Got about 12 miles left to go. I'm on a bike path now that's paralleling the Kings Highway, and I'm just crossing underneath Interstate 75. twice to change flats. The last 10 miles, on the Kings Highway, there was no bike path, no sidewalk, and a good portion of it didn't have a shoulder. So you were basically riding in the traffic lane while these cars were whizzing by at 55, 60 miles an hour. It was not fun. There was a few times that it got so sketchy, I just pulled over and started riding on the grass on the side of the road because traffic was so bad. So I'm glad to be back on a bike path now. It says I have 4.2 miles till I hit 41 south. And from there, that should take me to the hotel. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Hopefully I'll sleep good tonight. I tell you what, there was a long stretch there where I didn't see anything. I stopped at that Taco Bell at the 42-mile mark. And then after that, I didn't see anything till I got about to the 80-mile mark. There was nothing. Finally, at the 80-mile mark, I stopped at a RV resort and went into their RV resort store and grabbed a couple of bottles of water. They didn't have any Gatorade there, so after I did that, then I pedaled a few miles and stopped at a Citgo gas station, grabbed some Gatorade and some ice and filled up. And now I'm gonna make the last part of the journey for today. Back in a built-up area now. So I'm gonna stop recording and I'll record again later. Okay, I'm still on the Kings Highway. I got about 2.2 miles to go until I turn on 41, which is the Tam Miami road trail. I just got another flat, this time in the front tire. There was a puncture flat, and my front tire was still set up tubeless. But once again, just like the two puncture flats I got on the rear tire when I was running tubeless, the dang sealant didn't work. It was just a small hole. It wasn't like a razor blade cut or anything else. It was just a small puncture hole, and all it did was blow this damn blue sealant everywhere. Got all over the front of my bike, got all over my shoes, me, my Garmin, my iPhone. That shit's nasty and it gets everywhere. There is no way I'm gonna set a bike up tubeless again. There's nothing that anybody can say or show me to make me convinced that tubeless is the way to go. They're just selling you something that you don't need, that's an absolute freaking mess, and it doesn't work. I've got 3 puncture flats, 2 on the rear, 1 on the front, tubeless, and in all 3 cases the damn sealant wouldn't seal the tiny puncture hole. On this one, I used my Stan's dart tool, put one of the dart plugs in, pumped the tire back up with air, because I only have about another 9.5 miles to go to the hotel. So I'm hoping, even if it's got a small leak with the dart plug in, it'll either let me get back to the hotel, or worst case I have to stop one time between now and then and put some more air in it. But yeah, as soon as I get back from this trip, I'm getting rid of these piece of shit RSL tires, and I'm gonna find some decent tires to put on here, and I'm gonna set them up with TPU tubes. That way, if I get a flat, it's just a lot easier and a lot cleaner to change it. All this tubeless bullshit is just a damn mess that doesn't work. Once again, I think they're just trying to sell you something that you don't need. And all it does is make a mess. I mean, this crap, when it gets sprayed out everywhere and it gets on your hands and stuff, you can't wipe it off real easy. It just transfers to everything you damn touch. And it's like a pain in the ass to clean and get off. Yeah, tubeless. No thank you. If I had to buy this bike all over again, what I would have done was when I went to pick it up at the Trek dealer, I'd have told them, no, don't put any sealant in those tires. Just pump them up with air. I'm gonna put it in my van, take it home. I'm gonna take both wheels off, and I'm gonna throw tubes in there right from the get-go. But I thought I would give tubeless another shot since it's been probably about 3 years since I tried it last. And I can tell you, nothing's changed. It's all just a mess that you don't need. Okay, rant over. Okay, I'm at the intersection of Kings Highway and the Tam Miami Trail. I gotta cross this and head that way. So I got about 7.5 miles to go until I get to the hotel. So hopefully this last 7.5 miles is uneventful, because I think I've had my share of events on this one. Okay, well, I'll record some more later. Okay, got a nice scenic view here as I'm going over the bridge, so I figured I might as well record it. I'm at just over 96 miles. think US 41, and I'll be on this spot just over a mile before I turn off onto a side street. I get about a little over 2 miles to the hotel. Right now I just went over 100 miles. Okay, I'll record one last time as I get to the hotel and give you a final mileage update for the day. Okay, well, I'm at the intersection of Jones Loop Road and Mac Drive, and the hotel's right across the street behind the McDonald's. So I'm at 102.5 miles right now. Yeah, I should top off at just over, yeah, probably close to 103, just under it. This one was a challenge. Had to fight the wind a lot. Had to deal with 3 flat tires. Had a detour with a bridge that was out. Added a few more miles to the route. But overall, good time. Okay, that's a wrap for today.